Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. You guys, this is my second attempt at filming. My sister called when I was in the middle of filming the last video. I was just about done too. So this is gonna be a little bit shorter. Okay, I came home. You guys, I figured out the MS business, and I'm thinking it may not be an attack. It may just be symptoms. We went from cold. Remember, we had dropped down to where we were into the 40s, and today we were into the high 80s. And usually I don't have symptoms going from hot to cold once I'm accustomed to summer and everything, but I do have symptoms when we're going from cold to hot. So last year I had already had that MS attack. So, I was fine. Plus we had a nice spring. And so it was a gradual thing. It wasn't sudden. This was sudden. We went from it being extremely cold to all of a sudden we were back to being extremely hot. And this is definitely Indian summer. And so the bottom is supposed to fall out Wednesday. So I told Sherry, who's actually coming by on tomorrow, I told her my fishing trip, I said, unless I wake up symptom free tomorrow, the fishing trip will be canceled. So we'll see. Because it is supposed to be cooler tomorrow, no sunshine, cloudy, and all that. So, and usually if it's just symptoms based on the weather fluctuation, usually they go away immediately. So the symptoms I'm having is my legs feel heavy, my feet are a little numb. That's it. So it's not too bad. So with me resting and staying off my legs, I should be okay. Okay, but anyway, I went on and finished the closet because I didn't have that much to do. It was just a matter, I pulled everything out. Well, not even everything. I pulled some of the things out that had fallen over, and then I just stacked it back in. So yeah, it's still full. That toy collection is in the corner, so that's going to be leaving soon. I got my yarn in the tub there. All this stuff is yarn, and that is too much. I got rid of 3 bags of yarn from in the closet today, but the yarn that's in there is yarn that I need. So I won't be buying no yarn anytime soon, that's for sure. So that bag has yarn. And then I put this, this was what was in my living room. In the living room, I stuck that here in the closet. My good yarns are right there. And then this right here, I put some books in there, that cooler, and it was brand new, so I didn't want to throw that out. And then this is my hospital bag that I always keep packed. So if I ever need to go to the hospital, my bag, all I do is grab the bag and I'm out. And then this has yarn in it. And then for the top shelves, my luggage, there's the attic, y'all. And then I have blankets down on that end. And then my Quirky Q bags are in one big bag. And then my mother's old costume jewelry that needs to be gone through is in that purple bag there. Okay, so that's it for my closet. And so I know where everything is now, the stuff that's hung up. And then I hung some bags on the hanger, no yarn or anything. I don't know what's in those bags. I kind of glanced at, oh, this one has all my dusters in them. I just stuck those in there. Some of them are empty, like that one right there. That's one of my market bags. And then this one right here has notebooks and stuff in it. And then the rest of them are empty. Okay, so now to the seed room, or to the bedroom, the back bedroom. Okay, so I went out to the greenhouse today because I did want to just go out there briefly. First of all, to get my seed trays, and to I did finish shoring up the greenhouse. It was enough wood to finish it up, so it looks good. It tightened up and everything. Okay, the peppers are still peppering, and I found out you can let them grow. You can let them grow. You don't have to take the leaves off if they start growing over the winter. So there they are. So that lets me know that they're alive and they're thriving. Look at Robert Scotch Bonnet. And speaking of crops of Robert, he called on today too. Okay, see how all these have sprouted leaves? So they're doing really good. That lets me know they're thriving. So they're enjoying this light. So hopefully I'll be getting my black pepper in the next, well, we're 1 week down. Just wait, when did I plant them? The 13th? And today is the 21st. So in 2 days, it'll be, I have to count it up. It'll be 10 days. I'm going to go on and show this plant some love, y'all. I don't care. I've tried to kill this thing. I've tried, and it just keeps bouncing back. So I found a bigger pot for it. It's right back there on the deck. It's a white pot. It's not a hanging pot, but I've never really had this hanging anyway. A few times I have, but it's a bigger pot. And so I'm going to go on and let this thing do what it does. And I might set the pot up there, or no, because it's going to be too hard trying to get it watered. I'll keep it up here, but I'm going to clear a space for it, and then he can hang down. I got to name this plant too. It can hang down and get the light and survive. Look at my things, y'all. I finished them. In fact, let me face the chair. I think they came out spectacular. And I had to shorten them because it wasn't enough yarn to make them go all the way to the back as I originally planned. But they look so much better than the other ones. I love it. And then I have and this is my cane. I'm using it, y'all. I've got my shawl in because I brought that out from the greenhouse, and I brought those smocks in for the winter. And so I got them washed up. And so I put the shawl there because in the winter time, with this register being right by the door, I can sit here and watch it snow if it's snowing or whatever. And it's warm because when that heat comes on, I can feel the warmth. I can sit here with the door open in the winter because it's a storm door and there's no draft or anything. So if I do get a little nippy, the shawl is there. Okay, so I brought the seed trays in, so they're stacked up and they're all set in the closet. I just like looking at the closets, y'all. Okay, let me close the door. Okay, so you've seen two. Now I will show you what I've done in the other bedroom. Okay. So now, since the closets are done, I'll tighten up that hallway closet. It won't be this week. That's going to be real easy, very easy, because there's very little in there. But I know that my prep Dutch oven and some of my other prep stuff is in there. I'm thinking I'm going to take this part, because I've got party stuff right there where I'm pointing with the cane. I have party stuff underneath there, and I knocked a good dent in the ostomy supplies. I've got party stuff here on this shelf and down at the bottom. I'm going to get that cleared out. I can swap that stuff out and put that in that front closet. And then bring the Dutch oven and the other necessities for prepping and put it in here. But I did get those other mason jars out of the cabinet, as you can see. And I brought them in here and stacked them up. And so now I have an empty cabinet. That's another thing too. In fact, those party supplies can fit in that cabinet. I now have an empty cabinet in the laundry room. In fact, I have three empty cabinets in there. Because I have one to the side, then I have one where my laundry stuff is, but I'm going to eliminate that because I have that little thing right up against the freezer where I keep my soap anyway. I just kept that extra cabinet so in case I was to stock up on soap, like let's say it goes on sale, then I would have somewhere to put it. But I can still, utilize that cabinet for other things as well because they have two shelves. It's two shelves in there, and those are some nice sized cabinets. I'll show them to you one day if you haven't already seen them. Well, I pulled out the seed bank, and they're not in alphabetical order, as you can see. Okay, first of all, when I went into the greenhouse, one of my strawberry plants, I don't know how it came up, but it did. And so it was stressed. So I'm hoping a mouse hadn't gotten in there and dug it up because it was up. And as you can see, it's still a little stressed, but I had to bring it in right away and plant it out in here if I wanted it to survive. there was just no room in the tub there to plant it. So I was like, I'm gonna bring it in, and he can be part of the experiment, the overwintering. So we'll see what happens with Mr. Strawberry. Okay, I decided I wanted to plant some radish. Okay, first of all, I have the peppers. So the two varieties I'm going with is the sweet banana, and I'm gonna do Jimmy Nardello. Of course, I forgot the peroxide. The peroxide is out in the greenhouse, and why I took it out there, I don't know. But it's not here in the house. So I can't get them soaking until tomorrow or Wednesday if I go fishing. Okay, so I decided this corner is going to hold some stuff. I want to try this, and that was I ordered that from Baker Creek about a year ago. This is the Takanashi turnip. This was the free seed, the radish. So I got this Watusi, I call it Watusi, it's wasabi radish. I've never had that before. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to plant, and I brought out the purple top white turnip, but I'm going to eliminate that. I just brought that out. But I'm thinking I will plant one turnip seed, and everything's going to be planted in the seed starting thing. And then I'll figure out a spot to get it, because I want my spinach to finish coming up. I don't know how much I'm going to get, so we'll see. But if there's some blank spaces in there, I can squeeze it in. I can even squeeze some things around the onion. So I know I'm going to plant the radish. I think I'm going to go with this wasabi radish, and I might do the Takanashi turnip. And then the peppers will be sold in here after I soak them. And then once they get big enough, all this other stuff will be growing. And then once the peppers are ready to be transferred, I still have that. I can transfer it in, or I can bring in another larger container from outside during the winter if need be, depending on how the peppers come along. And then also, this stuff will be ready to harvest by the time the peppers get big enough to transplant in here. I'm going to definitely plant 2 peas. And I think I'm going to stick them, because I've got this, in fact, some of these are dying off, the arugula. So I think I'm going to stick those peas right there. I'm going to stick just 2 or 3 seeds right there, and they should do well. So that's going to be added to the winter garden. Okay, and all that will be planted out this evening. Yep, so just wanted to show you that. So let's go back to the room so I can sit down. And then we will get ready to end it. Actually, my legs are feeling a little better. The numbness is starting to leave. So, yeah. So I'm thinking it's just symptoms. And MS is pesky like that. It is pesky. It'll throw symptoms on you, with the weather change and everything. And then when, once it calms down, once it cools off again, the symptoms will go away. In fact, I think I don't really want to sleep under the ceiling fan tonight. I'll probably just open the window to let that cool air come in, because see, I've been sleeping with the window closed, so it really hadn't cooled off in here. So I think I'm gonna sleep with the window open so I don't catch a cold or anything, because if I sleep under that fan, I know I'll catch something, and that'll be even worse. So I'll do that tonight and see how that comes out, and then I'll know tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys updated, because believe me, if it gets worse, with Sherry and them going, they're going on a weekend cruise. So they'll be leaving, and they'll be back by Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. So, when she's home and everything, I'm fine. But, with them going out of town, I don't want to get into trouble or be struggling, and there's no one here to help me, especially if someone needs to drive me to the hospital or whatever. So I told her, I said, we'll monitor it overnight. I always do that. And then if it goes away, or if I feel better, then I know I'm fine. If it gets worse or stays the same, then it's letting me know, okay, the symptoms are still there even after the temperature drop. So perhaps you are having an attack. You know, you don't just jump up immediately because you're going to get admitted if you go to the hospital with MS symptoms. And so it's lots of times I've been admitted when I shouldn't have. And then last year, you know, I got admitted when I didn't think I should have, and it turned out I needed to be. So it is, you know, is neither here nor there. You never know. But I know that's what would happen if I were to go. So I'm just giving it the night. And like I said, the numbness is easing up. I've been resting for the most part. You know, when I got back from the donation thing, I came right in. I rested a minute. Then I felt well enough to finish that room. It took all of a few minutes to do that. And then I sat down again. And then after I sat down for an hour or two, then I went out to the greenhouse, and that took all of a few minutes. I just went out long enough to put those 2 pieces of wood up, grab those seed trays, grab that strawberry when I saw that it was giving up the ghost, and then I, you know, looked at the flowers and looked at the plants and everything, and that was it. I was out there no longer than maybe 5 minutes, and I came in, and then, you know, and then I rested for a minute, and then I came on. So now I'm going to get off, and I'll be resting for the rest of the evening. Thank goodness that dinner is cooked. I don't have to worry about cooking tonight. So I will go in there and get ready to eat and relax for the rest of the evening. So I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.